Hello, I'm Bert Oliver, and welcome to Bowie News and Views. And my co-host, co-anchor, and co-producer John Rouse will introduce our guest.
Yes, we're honored today to have a president within our midst.
Oh my goodness.
The famous Mark Melvin, now president of the Greater Bowie Chamber of Commerce and on Agatha's favorite automobile dealership.
I love Auntie.
Well, she traded her Packard into you. What, did you ever get rid of that Packard?
We made lots of money on that package. Don't tell Auntie, but we made it. Oh, I'm sorry, we're on the air. No, we didn't make much money on that.
Okay. Well, you're taking over the helm at a pretty difficult time in our financial situation, both locally, the state, nationally. Are you optimistic, pessimistic? How do you stand? How do you feel?
I would say optimistic more than anything else. We've had a couple of years now of getting used to the current status of the economy.
Yeah.
And based on what we've seen from members and what they're looking for as far as value in membership, I think we've looked to try to establish what that value is more so than ever.
What is it?
The value.
The value?
You know, it's funny. It changes really with each company. You can imagine we have large companies, we have medium-sized companies, and we have home-based businesses, as small as home-based. So, you know, just trying to establish really networking for the smaller businesses, legislative connections as far as the larger businesses, and just making sure that our members have an opportunity to reach out to the public. And we have examples of each. So that's essentially the value is really based on the size of the business. But we've really, I think, started connecting to that pretty well.
Are you holding your membership fairly well?
Membership is holding pretty well. There have been some changes in face because some businesses are not doing as well. So they're finding ways to reduce their costs, and membership may be one of those things that they try to reduce.
Yeah.
And which is unfortunate, really.
It is unfortunate because a local business, I think, should support the chamber. A lot of these big box businesses do not do that, and I just don't think that's right. Do you?
No, not at all, but you want those big ones too. And if they would participate in the chamber, they could be a big advantage, but so many do not.
No.
And so many are not locally owned and operated. That makes a big difference too.
It does. Yeah.
And at least you get support from like your energy companies. They're very loyal.
And your local media company.
And our local media company, thankfully.
Right.
Yes, yeah, we appreciate that very much.
And the thing, your comments there, the value, the important thing is, I know you've done a lot, in particular the last few years, to have events where members could get together with members, like to develop the networking. And one example I think that I might lead you out with is it started out as a hospitality hour years ago, and it's now at 5 o'clock, once a month usually, you have some local a member at a local location, invite people in to meet each other, exchange business cards, and that's the best source of networking. People talk about it to get jobs, but they also talk about it to get business.
Is it popular?
It is. The advantage is, and thanks for mentioning that, Bert. It is a networking event that we feature a business. So
right.
It's typically held at somebody's business that they want to feature their new office, or they want to feature something about themselves that's different. Old Line Bank is a good example of that recently. It just opened a new branch, as a matter of fact, in Crofton, but it's really kind of right on that border.
Right.
And Kathy Woods, who was our past president, had opened that branch recently, and it gave them an opportunity to feature their own new branch. Now, one of the things that happens during that course is you get a chance to meet and greet. The more that branch kind of participates in the networking kind of call out, if you will, as far as getting guests in, and the more that branch participates with respect to food or beverages, whatever they may be, even entertainment, the more you're going to get a chance to see a good showing coming in.
Yeah.
And it's a small amount you charge the members to do that, $10, $15.
Exactly.
And they get a lot of value out of it, like you said, Mark. And not only the host of the show, But a lot of people depend on that for the business and referrals and meeting other members. And I don't see any better thing you do, because that's a semi-social event where people talk to each other about their business and so on. And that's good value. And in addition to that, of course, you have your regular meetings, your board meetings, and I understand you've got a good lineup on your board for this coming year too.
We really do. We're very fortunate to have continually a very solid board. But this year, obviously it's my board, so it's my group of people who are there, and I'm very excited about the new board members we have coming in, as well as the ones that have been there for quite a few years. People like Brian Shallcross, who is our past president, who's the general manager for the Bay Sox, who's just done a terrific job for us as far as education. He's been focused on youth leadership Bowie quite a bit to try to help out.
That's a good program.
It really is. And, you know, John, I'm always glad that you mentioned that, because it's something that I like to boast about as far as being one of the really premier things for the young people in Bowie.
Oh,
to
I
get
agree.
involved
We used
in.
to get them through the office when I was there, and
Yes.
they would come through. They used to have fun. We'd show them how to do a page and so forth. But
My daughter was one of those
Oh,
students.
well,
Yes.
I wish I had known that. I
Yes.
got her autograph.
No, well, I'll try to get that in the mail too. But it's those types of programs that our board members are very involved in.
Yeah.
But one of the programs, if you don't mind me mentioning, that we are going to try to highlight more so and emphasize more so this year is through the Ambassadors Committee. And what the Ambassadors Committee does is it takes a new member
Yeah.
who we've attracted into the chamber and gives them an opportunity to really meet and greet people when they go to those networking events, when they go towards the annual dinner that we might have, or the Christmas dinner that we may have, and give them a one-on-one with somebody to introduce them around
That's a
to
good idea.
new
That's
members.
excellent.
We've had it for the last few years, but we just haven't. I'm a little embarrassed to say that we haven't put enough emphasis and push behind it through the board. We got somebody who's new as a committee chair, Bonnie
that?
Craig. She does a wonderful promotions product through her company, Sky High Promotions. And Bonnie is,
Yeah, I know Bonnie.
she's terrific. So she's going to head that committee, and we're looking to expand that committee this year.
And would that committee be the one that if a new business came to town and at the grand opening or open their doors, is that ambassador committee usually who you might ask to go invite them to the community, welcome them?
Yes, you will see a phone call and an email from the Ambassadors Committee as a new business, who's a new member.
Of course, invite them to join.
You know,
Well,
speaking
about
of
the new business.
ambassadors, can I suggest an ambassadorial role for the chamber? And you know exactly what I'm going to suggest. For years and years and years, this community recognized its outstanding citizens, be they educators, scholarly kids, business people, you know, Citizen of the Year, and it went on and on. And we used to fill the Free State Mall with literally 1,000 or more people. And
It was a great event.
the Bowie Blade, of course, dropped it, and nobody has picked it up.
Well, the
Would
chamber.
the chamber give some consideration to that?
Yeah, I'm sure we could work in conjunction with maybe even the city of Bowie
Yeah.
to
Yeah,
do something
yeah,
like that.
yeah.
We have our board planning day coming up in a couple weeks, so we'll talk about that. It was a great one. Now we have
And
something.
it was great for esprit de corps, and
That's it.
boy, the people loved it.
That
We
was
have
amazing.
something now that just came back in the business awards that are going on, and that usually we start looking for businesses to be nominated to the award in around March, and they are.
What are the categories?
We have Outstanding Business of the Year in size, small and large business.
Oh,
We have
okay.
Outstanding Business Person, so it's maybe an individual
Oh,
who
that's good.
has some impact in the community.
Yeah.